So right now I'm a secretary at Hammond High School, and I've been on the weight roller coaster as most people have, joined gyms, joined programs. Well, in January of 2019, I went to my doctor and did some blood work, and he said, "You were pre-diabetic." Well, that was not something you want to hear. So he put me on some medicine. It made me sick. I said, "We have to do something else." He said, "You need to lose some weight." So I'm like, okay, I can do that. I've done that before. And I started just exercising, and then the pandemic hit. So I was doing everything online and just whatever I could find, going walking, doing any classes. End of June, went back. I had lost like 4 pounds. And he's like, "You're still pre-diabetic." Well, I was really, really frustrated because I felt like I was working out 5 to 6 days a week, working 45 minutes to an hour. And I just didn't know what to do. So I was constantly looking for things, talking to different people, and your feed kept popping up on my Facebook. And so I was looking at it. And one of the things that really caught me in one of your videos, you kept saying that nothing's off limits. You don't have to give up anything. And every single diet I've ever been on, and every plan I've been on, it's either this is the set of foods you eat or you have cheat days. And I didn't want a cheat day. I wanted to just be able to eat. So after watching some videos and looking at some information, I decided to get in contact with you because I knew you also from Atherton Elementary School, knew your energy, knew you were an honest person. You always told it like it is. When you would walk into our front office, you always told if you were having a good day, bad, like you were honest. There was none of this, fake poo-poo stuff. So we had a talk and you told me about the program. And one of my big things was, do I really get to eat what I want to eat? And you're like, yeah, you can have pizza every day. You can have beer, you can have chocolate. You can have whatever you want. I'm like, really? And you're like, yep. And I said, "Oh, and what's the workout?" She's like, "Oh, we'll start you off 3 days a week. They're about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm like, really? And you're like, yep. I'm like, all right, I've got to do something. I'm kind of feeling desperate now. Let's give it a try. And guess what? 12 weeks later, 15 pounds down. I ate everything that I wanted to eat. I didn't give up anything. The exercises were 3 days a week, and it worked. It worked. And it was a lifestyle change. And it wasn't just a plan. It wasn't just a program. It was a lifestyle change. And even for my husband, he didn't see a difference for him. Like it didn't impede in what he could eat or anything like that. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to eat cottage cheese and fruit every day or just fish or whatever. We made some simple swaps and just really watched what we're eating, our portions, and I'm still going. Everything I've been on before, from Weight Watchers to the green smoothie to Jenny Craig, they all worked and you lost weight. But then after that program, you didn't really know how to move forward. And I wanted this to be forever. I don't want to keep going back on this roller coaster. And your plan, like I said, it wasn't much of a plan. It's a lifestyle. It's my big changes was using like the 647 bread, which you can find in Giant. All your secrets were stuff I could find in the local grocery store. I didn't have to go find something at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or something that was expensive. There were low carb wraps, again, in Giant. Little things like that were, wow moments. And portion control was a big thing. But again, it was like I could eat what I want. I could go out to a restaurant. I go away for the weekend a lot. I didn't want to have to bring my own food or always worry about that kind of stuff. And you showed me how I could still have my drinks, still have my pizza, enjoy my weekend, and still lose weight. And that was the difference in this plan, that it was real food, not huge changes. It was more awareness. That's what the big thing was. It was being aware of how many calories food had, the awareness of what the size, the portions, those type things. And again, the little tricks of what fills you up, what foods fill you up. But again, it wasn't anything you had to go to a special store to buy or anything that was expensive. You could do it anywhere. And that's what I liked. It really just was these little changes that made a world of difference. It was like getting the answers to a test. Well, what was funny is when I started your program, I had been on it not even a week. And I went to Myrtle Beach with a couple girlfriends and I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be the real test. And I lost weight when I was on vacation. My girlfriends did the workouts with me because they were short. And I just now really feel that I've been on this program, say, since September, that this is now my lifestyle. And there's no reason why I can't continue it. If I fall off the wagon, it's just because I'm just not paying attention at all to anything. Because it's just some common sense. Really, it is. Like I said, I don't have to buy special food. I just have to, I have to keep track of what I'm eating, but I don't have to do anything special. I don't have to, when I go away, I don't have to pack things with me or, do, I guess, do anything special. And that's what I like, the fact that this is, I guess, portable. It's where to go no matter what. Well, you talk about cutting carbs. So I feel great because I haven't had sandwiches. We'd go out on occasion and you go somewhere, but now I can pack a sandwich for lunch because I learned the secret of the 647 bread. And, even having pasta, I've learned the size, the portion control of it. So I don't feel weighed down by a program. I now feel empowered that I have control. I can do this. There really isn't anything to hold me back. There's no ball and chain. Like I said, I don't have to bring any special food or anything. I'm doing all of this and I feel great. I now wear clothes that I couldn't wear years ago. I told you I wore a Christmas dress that I haven't been able to wear for a couple of years. I haven't weighed this least amount in like 20 years. I actually enjoyed putting on jeans. I never liked putting on jeans. They never felt comfortable. And now I put on my jeans and I'm like, oh, these are too big. I need to buy another pair. And I did. And, I enjoy getting dressed in the morning. It's not a big deal. It's not the fight or is this going to fit or is that going to fit? And I'm still on this journey and it's great because every week it's like, oh, there went another half pound. And I had a good weekend and had some alcohol, had some pizza, had some chocolate, and I still lost weight. And, like I said, my workouts, I procrastinate longer to do my workout than it takes to do the workout. 25 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I'm done, and so that's nice. That's nice too, that you don't have to do an hour workout every single day and you can do it right at home. Like I said, I went away with my girlfriends. We did it at my girlfriend's condo. You always check in with me. Like you'll say, oh, you had a good day yesterday, or, your workouts were really good. And well, how do you feel about your workouts? And what do you think about your workouts? And if I said, oh, this was really hard, instead of saying, well, that's the way it's supposed to be, because if it's hard, it isn't going to work, because that's not what you want to hear. Mm-hmm. You say, well, why is it hard? Is it hard because it needs to be hard? Is it hard because there's a movement you don't get? Is it hard because you're having a bad day? So we get to talk about the workouts. I remember there was one of the movements I just couldn't do. And you're like, okay, let's switch this out. We'll do this. I was like, oh, okay, that's great. Instead of just saying, well, work through it. Mm-hmm. And if I don't fill out my food charts for a couple of days, she'll be like, hey, is everything okay? You check in, and it's not just you didn't fill this out. It's, hey, right. Is everything okay? Is something going on, or you just didn't do it? And you find out about me. Am I not motivated? Did I just have a busy day? I feel like you're always checking up on me. I can't fall off the wagon more than a day without you kind of saying, hey, what's going on? And I had been in another program, they had semi-trainers, and I was doing really well. And then at some point he changed the program because it benefited his business. So his business was more important than my health or success, where I feel my health or success is way more important than your business, even though it's all tied together. You have these check-ins with me all the time and tell me what was good, or, oh, hey, it looks like, you had a lot of calories. You're going to get back on track on Monday. Okay. Do you need some help? Do you need some suggestions? We got this. And it's a we thing. I always feel like I can't get out of line because you're going to make sure I don't. You're going to make sure I'm okay. Why did I fall off the wagon? Why did this not happen? Is it, I just feel like you're always there. And that's what's the biggest difference, because you're always checking in on me and what's going on with me, how I am doing, not how the business is doing, or we're going to change this because the business is, you really care about how I am doing. You always say, do you have any questions? And I've asked you, I've gone to a restaurant and say, what am I having for dinner? I don't know what to pick. And you'll say, oh, pick this or this. So that's really helpful. It isn't the salad. And even for drinks, you'll be like, oh, you should have this drink versus that drink, type thing. So that's been nice too, to be able to say, hey, what do I pick, and type thing. But yeah, I always feel like you're always there. You are always there. And that makes a huge difference. That you reach out to me probably more than I reach out to you. So I know you're watching my progress. You're watching what's going on. So I like that. I'm over 50 and it's harder to lose weight more than ever. And with summer coming and everyone just wanting to look, you want to look good in your shorts, your dress, whatever. It's easy changes. You know, those diets like keto, well, you can't eat this. You can't eat. You do this program, you follow what Norette has to say, you follow this, you will lose weight and you will be surprised by yourself of how easy it is. You're not hungry. You will say, why didn't I do this earlier? Mm-hmm. And why is this different than any other plan? Because you can eat your own food. You can buy it all Safeway and Giant. It's easy to follow. It's not time consuming. And when after you get it, you're like, oh, common sense. And people say, well, why can't I do this on my own? Because Norette will make sure you stay in line, make sure you're successful, makes you feel empowered and not feel like you can't do this. She'll make you stay between those lines, make you reach your goal, and always be there for you and making sure you are successful, you are happy, and you will feel empowered. That's the difference than doing it on your own. That's so glad.